Okay.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody out there in streaming land.
Yeah.
I always say this, but I gotta say it again. You're gonna have to forgive me. I know I sound terrible. This is my
Okay.
morning voice.
The
Nothing,
morning voice.
there's nothing I can do about it. Um, so for everybody out there who knows or doesn't know, this is the AuthorTube Erotic Anthology live streams. And basically, we're not live streaming the information. We're just sprinting. Some of the participants who are in the anthology will be sprinting. So you'll get to meet some of us. You only get to meet some of us. You'll get to meet some of us and watch us work to meet
Yeah.
our deadline. And so that's what's really going on. So we'll do that this morning, and then we'll come back again this evening at around 7ish and start again,
Yep.
because we're blessed that this anthology is full of people all over the world. So we're trying to make sure that we have times that kind of suits everybody. So if
Yeah.
you can't do the morning, then you got the evening and vice versa.
Yes.
So that said, let my lovely guest introduce herself. Do not spill the beans on none of your information about your story or
Certainly not.
your gem designation. Do not give it up.
I like all the secrets.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm author D. Artillery, the Mistress of Horror. And as you see my name on the screen, my other pen name for my erotic tales is Lavinia Hart. That's actually my middle name, and I figure Hart fit with that. You can catch me over on my author D. Artillery channel, where I talk about my own journey through writing, give you a book tour here and there, also do book hauls, and of course, horror talk galore. They call me the Mistress of Horror because I know my horror.
I
So I'll
bet.
be writing today and working on my tale that will be in this anthology. I have dibble and dabbled in erotica on the side for fun because I do enjoy erotica because I am very in touch with my sexuality. I am not allergic to it. Um, so I'll be
Not
working on
allergic.
that
You're not
today.
allergic to sex.
I am not. I know a lot of people sometimes put out there that they might be, and they may pertain to be, but listen, I have no problem stating it at
Well, we're
all,
not
and
going to
I
talk
am
about
not ashamed
crazy
at
people
all.
today. We're not going to talk about crazy people today.
No, we are not. But we have quite a few people here this morning, so yay.
Yes, I'm really, really happy about that. So let me go back to StreamYard because I saw some new faces too.
Yeah.
And say hi, Maya.
Hello.
Love the name Maya.
Yes, it's a good
Um,
name.
yeah. So yeah, we're doing the thing. It's quite a few of us in the anthology, but only some of us will be streaming. Some of us are being private, and others of us don't need to stream.
Yes.
So thought I saw Sean in there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Hey Sean.
Good morning.
And my AuthorTube son. Hey
Hey
Roy.
there.
Let's
You have a
see.
new face, Daisy Swan.
Daisy Swan. First of all, hello, goodbye. I love the name. Yay, no shame. Sexual health and fun. It is.
It is.
It
Oh,
is. I
you
mean,
were also
if
Daisy says she's
erotica,
also working
if
on
erotica is
erotic
not your
things. Yay.
thing, then it's not your thing. Everybody's not into erotica. But we have a problem with people shaming erotica, and that ain't
Just
cool. Just do
sometimes
you.
just
Just do you.
sex talk or just nudity or anything getting shamed, and I'm like, are we going back to the past?
Uh
Are we
oh.
going back to the past?
The assassin is here.
Uh-oh, gonna be assassinating some words today.
Always kills it. Always. So we'll have some more people popping in, popping out, and we'll probably have more tonight too. But
Hmm.
right now, let's see, because we ran a little bit behind. So
It's
let's
okay.
go. We're at 16 after. So let's just do 14 minutes. That
Okay.
gives you 4 minutes to go get hydrated, do some stretching, get your files together, and 10 minutes to write. So
Okay.
we'll meet everybody, come back here at 1:30.
Let's do this.
All right. Everybody ready?
Let's
Have
go.
at. Okay. That's time. How'd you do? I I went through my files, set them back up again, read through what I did last night, or had the computer read to me what I did last night, and then started brainstorming what I'm getting ready, where I'm getting ready to pick up. How did
Cool.
I do?
Um, Let me look here.
Dahlia, you're muted.
Is she? I guess so.
What'd you do, Miss Lavinia?
I did about 310 words. I was on a roll for 14 minutes,
I
but
see.
not too
Sometimes you
bad.
get into that though, like, woo.
That's because it's getting to the first section, so that's what that is. Oh, my room is chilly. I better turn this heat on.
Let's see. When Dahlia comes on, I mean gets ready, she can introduce herself to let everybody know who she is, what she's up to. Um, Meanwhile,
Podcast and killing words again.
let me see. I thought I saw Jace. Hey,
Yeah. Good morning.
can you read that for me?
Yes. Dropping a like and saying hi to you, lovely ladies. I just opened YouTube during the last 5 minutes of a sprint on the stream. I'm co-hosting and saw you were live. Much love to all of you. You too.
Miss you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Everybody else out there, can you hear? Let me know. Because my mic be acting funky.
No, I don't think it is. I mean, I can hear you fine.
Vampire Assassin, I swear you got the right name.
Should be like word assassin.
Let me see. 52 words. All right, I know that's right. I didn't get any words, but I didn't expect to because I knew I was going to read back. As a matter of fact, I still have a little bit more to read.
Everybody say yes, they can hear you. Yeah, okay. They can hear.
Dahlia, you might. Oh, she can't hear me. So hold on. Let me send her a message.
Yeah, she might need to go out and come back in. Maybe
do it.
Can you hear? What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can you hear now?
Let's have this problem here.
Okay, you.
And y'all are talking. I can't hear a thing. Let me turn on YouTube.
Yeah, because we can hear her. Just fine, which is weird. I don't know what's up.
As everybody hears my issues, now I can hear you. I got it now. I can hear you through YouTube, but I can't hear you through StreamYard.
Oh, I can. That's so weird.
Okay, let me mute. As everybody hears my issues, now I can hear you. I got it now. I can hear you through YouTube, but I can't hear you through StreamYard.
Oh, I can. That's so weird.
Okay, let me mute. As everybody hears my issues,
you might need to go out and come back in.
I got it now. I can hear you through YouTube, but I can't hear you through StreamYard. I keep repeating.
That's so weird.
Okay, let me mute.
Yeah, that's because you can't really have YouTube.
I will.
And then it's gonna.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, because I have to keep YouTube muted in order to even function. I used to just turn it down, but I would still always mess it up, so I just started muting it.
Yeah, I don't keep a YouTube open because of that. So, Vampire says I'm working on my outline for next month, where I have decided to try 100,000 words in 30 days. So this should be fun. I am hoping to document and place on YouTube just to see how it goes every day.
That's my goodness! You know what? I will play along with you.
Yeah, 100,000 words. That'd be cool.
Can you hear now? How's it going now?
All right, is anyone talking?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Oh, you know what? This computer, I swear. Okay, let's. I'm gonna go back out and try another browser.
Yeah, it could be the browser because we can hear her, so I don't know.
Yeah, because we can hear her loud and clear.
The
So let me go
issue.
back to this. So I'm working on the outline. Say it again, Danny.
I'm working on my outline for next month where I have decided to try 100,000 words in 30 days. So this should be fun. I'm hoping to document and place on YouTube just to see how it goes every day.
So let me see. What is that? 100,000 words, not 10,000. And we're going to divide that by 30.
Mm-hmm.
So 3,000 words a day. That's doable.
That's doable. If you do it
That's
every
doable
day.
if you got a juicy enough story. All right. Now I'm not going to do it for 30 days because I have to have 2 days to myself every week. But I'm going to try with you. So I'm going to change my number to 80,000. And I'm going to work with you.
That would be cool.
You have a big story to write.
I've never even attempted to write such a long story. I didn't even know.
Shattered was over 80.
Yeah, no. It's never. I doubt about that ever happened for one book. It's not gonna.
I have written a 110,000K book and had to cut it down to 80.
Yeah, see, y'all, I don't know who you writers are.
I don't know. I don't know what happened though. I'm usually like a 70 to 80 type person, and usually I try to hit 40 to 50. I don't like write long romances, but this just kept going on and on.
Well, it can. I mean, if it does, then that's fine. Like I just not. Woo! That don't happen to me. I got writers like, oh, I got so many words and I gotta cut these words down. I'm gonna be like, if anything, I'll be like, let me dig for some more of these words so I can try to make this book match the number to which I already paid for the cover because I'm crazy with covers. Okay, so I'll be like, let me pull out some of these poetry.
I'll give you a tip and a trick for that. What you do is, don't add more words to your story.
I won't.
Put in a teaser from another story.
That's all I ever did. That's what I did. That's what I did with The Room Within, and this is a short story, like real short. And I was like, okay, well, I need it to be this at least because some people want a paperback, even if it's a short story.
Right.
So I just put a teaser of Cagliostro in there. Aphrodite put a teaser of her short horror in there, and I put one poem in the back because Room Within is literally like 8 pages, if that. It's very short. It's a short horror, so it's like, let's get it, So it's one of those. But that's what I did. Make it 30 pages or something like that.
I have new covers for the whole Glass Corridor trilogy. And when I put out the second book, I'm going to recover the first book. And the second and third book, they're going to go out pretty close to each other. So you'll have all three. But I'm going to put pieces of the book in the first book from the second book.
Yeah.
Now that's not in there right now. But when I'm ready to put the covers out there, because I don't want to debut one cover. I want y'all to see all of them together to see that they form one whole picture.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if these books are laid next to each other, they look like one picture.
Yeah. I always
and so I wanted to make sure that when the time came, because right now it is up there the way it is, I am adding a teaser in those books when the next book comes out. So I'm going to be pulling Shattered down and putting it back up revamped.
Yeah.
And I'm so looking forward to that. I'm so looking forward to that. If I didn't have these, I have like 2 other books ahead that have to come out. Am I looking in the right spot?
Yeah,
I think so. I have 2 other books ahead that have to come out, but then that's why books 2 and 3 are going to come out kind of quicker.
Yeah.
Because people waited so long for them.
Very true. But yeah, I just not going to ever be that. Not gonna happen. 50,000 to 60,000. That's probably what you gonna get. Like,
well, I didn't think mine would be that long. Like when I was working it out,
and I
always guesstimate, and I guesstimated around 50,000 words for my novel, which was like okay, and it was 83,000. And I'm telling you, there's no extra. You read it. There's no extra stuff in it.
If it turns out naturally that way, then
that long to tell it. So that's how it is.
I
The other
mean, one
two
day
I
I
already know
could.
are going to be long.
It will
I know
clearly
they're
not
gonna be
be
long.
intentional. Like if that happens with anything, it will not be intentional. But I write a lot of horror and I don't see it. And I don't believe in horror having filler either. Cause no, I don't do that.
No.
Horror novels should be around like 40,000,
Yeah, they're not usually that
50,000,
long unless it's those gothic horrors
unless
that
you
go on forever.
no,
I
unless you
love
Stephen
gothic
King.
horror.
Well,
Like come on, it's
I got
like
a whole mouthful to say about that guy, but
like 1,000, like 1,000 something pages for a horror. Like
I would never read that.
that goes on and on and on and on.
Like he's a
I
very
would never read. I mean, no shade, but 1,000 pages.
like it's over 1,000 pages.
I would never read it. I
Now
wouldn't
I'm
even
a
pick it up.
fantasy reader. Now I grew up being a
I
fantasy
would wait
reader.
for the
So
3 movies.
reading epic fantasy was my thing. Like I could do that standing on my head, no problem. I could read big books. That's not the problem at all. But it's just like if certain genres, I'm sitting there like, did you really need to like for horror? I'm like 1,000 something pages was. I'm not scared no more. I'm just expecting. Like it's this point. Like I'm not creeped out no more. I'm like, okay, I know all your side tricks, everything that's going to go down. At this point, you're taking too long to get to the death and the murder.
On the flip side of that is there are people who love the long, stretched out stuff.
Of course.
Thankfully, there are people who write it. I would not.
Yeah,
and I won't.
Not for horror. I mean, epic fantasies are, you expect that a little bit. Like I've read Lord of the Rings lots of times, and I'm a big J.R.R. Tolkien fan. But it's kind of like when it starts transcending into horror, and me being a horror writer, I'm looking at it sideways. Like we really didn't though. Like you could do multiple books, but you talk about one book, and I know it goes through like especially it goes through the children. And then it goes to the adults and all that jazz. But he kind of goes back and forwards on it. So technically it didn't need to be as long as it was because both stories in some cases was being told simultaneously the way it was written. So he's like, my boy, no. Like, but that's Stephen King in general.
Yeah, well.
He did do shorts back in the day when he was like when he was struggling back when he was younger.
God, you know that his best short book that I love, and I tell everybody that the one that has Children of the Corn in it.
Yeah, the Children of the Corn. Yes,
I forgot the one.
You started that off with children.
Therefore, Anthology though, but that one has the best shorts, the best short stories.
And Silver Bullet, I believe Silver Bullet was a short story. Like a really short
and
thing.
His one that's 4 Past Midnight, where it's the 4 novellas. That's also good.
Yeah, because horror works really well with shorts. I'm telling people.
But the longer, newer stuff that he's doing, I don't think I've read of anything of Stephen King past Cell, and I didn't even finish Cell. I didn't care for that.
Yeah, I've read Dreamcatcher. I've
read that one too.
Dreamcatcher. He recently bought out one called Cat something. Black Cat. It's some kind of cat. So it's really small though. It's actually not an overly sized beefy novel, which I was surprised by. I think he was doing that for a while. So
I don't read horror.
I know you don't. I watch it all the time and read it.
When I read Bambi, I stopped reading horror.
Something wrong with
you. What?
You heard right. She said Bambi. I know.
I've never seen Bambi.
Well, it's about deers. So
I know.
And the reality of being a deer.
My kids watch it. I was like, you're not watching.
Like the reality of being a deer, you might get shot by humans. That's pretty much the fear right there.
Or I'm sorry, trapped in a forest fire. Who ain't scared of that? What is wrong with you?
Okay.
It was scary.
It's not horror. That was just the reality of being a deer.
It was horror to Bambi.
Oh yeah, because he lost his mother, and there was like the man
killed his mother in front of the pigeon. How's that not horror? They killed his mother in front of him. He don't know where his father at. He get caught in the fire. And no, that's horror.
I'm not arguing. Daisy Swan said Bambi is not a children's film. Hashtag traumatized. Well,
they trying to
the thing about like the
have y'all seen film? No, have y'all seen the best film ever? Bambi meets Godzilla.
Oh, stop it!
It's the best film ever.
I don't imagine that it is.
It is so good. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to you. I'm not even gonna tell you what happened.
I don't imagine that it is.
It was brilliant.
Oh my god, I love Godzilla.
I will watch a Godzilla movie, and
Yeah,
Godzilla.
I like some
I'll watch
Godzilla.
a monster movie in a heartbeat, as long as you Children of the Corn.
Oh, they not nothing. They just a bunch of little cultists, little children.
Yeah, little kids, you can
trying to take over
them in the neck.
stuff. Malachi.
Somebody told me when they saw the pictures I had for Baron and Barbara, and they said that's some Children of the Corn shit. So I'm like, I have to look up Children of the Corn to see why that.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
And then I saw it like Aryan Nation.
The Children of the Corn is kind of very cultist type of thing. Like the children take over, and it's no adult to kill all the parents. Because really, the teenagers are the ones that really kill the parents and take them out because they're almost adults to begin with. Which is a funny setting where they're like, oh, all the children are taking on. Like, you guys are barely kids at this point. So stop the nonsense. I'll beat you up. Like,
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you.
I know, traumatized.
I'll punch a kid in the throat.
Yeah. Okay. Like, they teenagers, I'm sorry, they're almost adults at this point. So
they might go down
fight a kid.
Since you
the
think
little kid, the little kids at the two little ones that was good. They were like, we didn't want our parents murdered, but here we are, you know. So it's like
no, they did. It was an episode of Star Trek that was like that, where that's
when they're like 10, and they were doing. It was that big redheaded dude, which was a little too big to be a kid.
True. Like, what kind of kid is that?
I'm like, okay, is it like one of those Grease kids, like the kids from Grease?
Yes, where they 40 years old.
But they in high school.
Yeah, I know when they do that. Like, yeah.
Speaking of, when
I remember that Star Trek episode though.
Yeah, when I was doing auditions for Shatter.
You had to get
all these 30-year-olds coming in.
Yeah.
To audition to play these kids.
Maybe 20 something. They should have cut it off.
I don't care how old you are.
Yeah,
as long as you can pass for 17.
You gotta pass.
You gotta be Ralph Macchio status. That you can be 30 and pass for 14. But these people coming in there, everybody was like, well, why aren't you picking this one? Why aren't you picking that one? I'm like, I am not casting a 30-year-old person to play
looks like they're 30. Now, if all your cast was all black, you would have no problem.
Very true.
I'm just telling the facts.
I'm pretty sure that the girl who I did cast for Leah, and remember Leah's 17, I'm pretty sure that girl was about 25 because she looked a good 14.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you like it is.
14, but the guys who come in, like, and then I had a lot of Latin guys coming in to play the parts of Marquez and Aaron, which is fitting because, you know, they had to have the coloring and stuff.
Right.
And so they coming in and they're like, they look like babies. And then we get their information and they're old. But I was like, I'm not hiring. There's only one girl. There's one girl. She is 30. She's 30. The one who's playing Dar.
Yeah.
But when you see her, you will see why she got the part. She absolutely looks like a teenager. I did not know how old she was until she was in a second film of mine. Yeah. And I was looking over her stats. I'm like, wait a minute. What? She looked like a kid.
Yeah, I mean, some people get lost with that. So I wear makeup, so no one knows.
Everybody had to be over 18 because of the nature of it.
Right. But
they could not look like.
Yeah, you can't look.
I wasn't 90210 on my cast.
Yeah, 90210.
Oh my God! Remember Dylan? Oh,
right. You're like, you're not no teenager.
All the wrinkles go right down. I was like, what?
And then what's the girl? What's the Latina girl in the group?
I forget her name.
She looked good, but she literally got hired at the age of 30.
Yeah.
To play a 9th grader. Now she did look young.
True.
Oh, I can't think of her name.
I don't remember her name.
But anyway, no. They only had one kid on there, and that was the guy who produced the show's kid. The rest of them were grown.
Gabrielle Carteris?
Yes, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I need Gabrielle.
Yeah, yes. Gabrielle. That's correct. But she was 30 years old when she got that job.
Yeah. She kind of looked it though. But you know who looks terrible now? Tori Spelling.
Yeah, well. Some don't age well. You gotta be careful what you're doing too. Tori, all that liquor and drugs and stuff.
Well, and cosmetic surgery and all kinds of.
Well, once you start going down that route,
yeah, you could forget it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People just take care of their skin. That's the problem. And all that dirt getting on your face and you never washing it off.
Anyway, in my opinion. But I liked her. That girl could sing her behind off if no one knows that.
She became a
like
singer.
operatic Tori.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She could sing her butt off.
Well, why did she go into that?
She used to be
Probably
on
wanted to be an actor very badly.
because I think her father pushed her.
Every actors want to be singers, and singers want to be actors.
Well, she could
These are
sing
facts.
though. Like we talking carry some notes, sing. But
You should have gone into that.
Sure.
Thanks,
Sometimes you can't listen
Aaron.
to your parents.
yeah, I think that had to do more with her father.
Yeah, you know how that Hollywood thing, and then it'll be like parents are pushing the kids, and I
Yep.
mean, I feel bad for kid actors because a lot of time they don't have an identity because they were just pushed into being actors
Yeah,
early, even if they wanted it at first. Look at all the kids that started off as actors, and now them as adults. A lot of them are messed up mentally because they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
What time is that? I can't tell what it's
11:50.
11:50.
That's good. That's good. All right. So yeah. So where are you at, Dahlia, with your
I got schooled by Devin and Grayson yesterday about plotting out, and not that they said anything, but I talked myself into I really need to do more plotting. So what I just did while I was wrangling that dog, and she wanted to go outside so bad, she out on the porch. I hope she's not in the street. Oh well, if she is. She got a collar on with my phone number. So, but what I did was now I'm going to take the scene. They're going to be on this certain place. So I just wrote out stuff that leads up to them getting there, what happens when they get there, and then what happens after. So this will be one scene or chapter. So now I got something to work from.
That's good.
So I don't like doing it all at once. So I figured, okay, take the pieces that you want to work with, but you got to plan out those pieces before you start writing. Don't just sit down and be like,
yeah, I mean,
it never works.
A pantser, like back in the day, I had a series on my channel where I talked about how I do the I call it the steps before outlining, and I do my ideas and things like that first. That's just like dotted notes, and then I build from character a lot of times. Yes. So I have the character sheets similar to Aphrodite. I have character sheets that I do where the character, like maybe when they were born, or maybe like some general maybe description of what they look like. Sometimes it gets the head going in there, like what you may think what they would do, where they would be. Even if you don't put like where they were born, all this different stuff in the story, it helps the writer get the idea of the character and where they're going to start and where they're going to
it really does, because if you have a character who's terrified of dogs, but it's never really coming up in the story so much as they say I'm scared of dogs,
right?
But when you put them in a situation and they go over to somebody's house and there's a dog there, then you know that they
react. And they react, right.
So that's like
this is mine from yesterday. I don't know if y'all can read this. I covered up the other part.
Yeah, we can see it.
So that's all I do. When I say outline, this is it.
Yeah, I outline different
than her. That's the same thing I do.
But it's general.
Only you can't read it because it's in scratch.
I do like act 1, 2, and 3, and then I have chapter based outline. My outline is chapter based.
I have all of the things sitting right there.
Like the scenes.
Yeah, because it's like it just keeps me on track.
That's how you get your general idea.
I still have to read that and go, oh wait a minute. Genesis walks through the gulch in her morning routine. That is it.
And then whatever I write
I know what that means. I know that she's doing this and she's doing that. I got to get in there. And then as soon as I write the first words of her walking the stretch, which I've decided that's what it's called. It's not called street, it's called stretch. Walking the stretch. Then I just get into the groove until I get to the next thing she's supposed to do. And that's go to her office and find Jean-Luc.
Leading her. You're leading her. So like if you're plotting, it's kind of like just figure out what the character is, what's their goal, what's their end goal, what do they want, what will be their outcome. Do you obviously give it to them and then you take it away? So you're figuring out this whole process of what's going to happen in your head and maybe notes before you even ever get to the
sit down and start typing.
When I figured out my story, I didn't plan to write this story, so it was kind of like when Aphrodite put the anthology together, I was like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to be a part of it. But then I was like, she gave me like, okay, these are the rules, or this is what the theme is. So then I took that and was like, okay, well, I'm going to use this mythos because I really like it. I'm going to use this twist. I'm really going to use this as the subgenre because it's horror for me. So I knew relatively what was going to go in the story, but then stuff started coming to my head, and then also bringing in things that I
because
like.
I wanted to set it up, and I was hoping I was successful with it. And it seems like I was, because everybody is killing it with that is the rules for writing in the anthology was more like a prompt.
Yeah.
And so you have these things that this criteria that you have to fit into, and then you have to figure out, how do I do that? And I know writers are going to be like, well, I could take this and then this and blend it to this and do this and then put it in outer space. I said I wanted it to be sort of a prompt.
Right.
The theme would be cohesive in that respect only.
Right.
So,
but then you're getting a whole variety of genres that people can pick and choose from.
Because the subgenres was up to the writer.
Right.
Yep.
So wherever you were coming from, because the main genre obviously was erotic.
Yeah.
So it had to be erotica, and the subgenre could be anything.
Yep.
Anything. It did not matter. I didn't want to hold anybody to it had to be romance and science fiction. Like, no, it had to be whatever you want, however you want to tell your tale.
Which I thought was cool.
Within whatever pantheons you chose, with whatever twist you chose, whatever was going on, just as long as it was gods and goddesses.
Right.
Exactly. So I mean,
everybody took it.
Plotting is pretty fun because you just get to play with like ideas of what's going to occur. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like this is the plot. So I always know my ending before I even make the outline.
Most definitely.
So because of the plot, I don't
kind of always, but usually
it can change
because I usually have the ending.
It can change.
Or I have anything.
Because even with Cagliostro, when I wrote that ending that happened in the first book, that changed. That was not the original ending. And right when I was doing the beta, when they were reading, before they got, because I would like make sure that it was edited enough and then send it to them. When I got to the last 2 chapters, I was like, I'm gonna merge this and make it 14 chapters instead of 15. And then I was like, I'm changing this ending because this seems to fit better. And it had already been, this was going to be the ending. So it can change, even if in your head you decided.
When I wrote Shattered, because so much of that story changed from the original writing.
Oh, yeah.
Including how it ended.
Yep.
Including how it ended. I mean, I'm a dark writer.
Yep.
And so I come from the V.C. Andrews school of thought.
And that drama
it ain't gotta be cute. It ain't gotta be cute. It can be what it is. It's still fiction, but still fiction based in a reality that can happen. Right. Sometimes you don't get a happy ending. And that's why I noticed that a lot of the stuff that I was trying to be a part of, they all had the happily ever after as a, you had to have the HEA. I don't write stuff like that. So at least not in the beginnings. If I'm writing a whole series, you might get it at the end of the last book.
I mean, I like reading now, but I'm a hypocrite.
I like darker stuff.
I'm a hypocrite because I write horror, and we want to probably start at 12, do a 12.
Yeah, I'm saying we got 2 minutes.
I write horror, and I like my horror not to end well in most cases. Like, it's horror, so very rarely is my horror going to have a happy. People prefer happy endings, but when I read or write or watch horror, I'm not there for a happy ending. When I'm in the mood,
it's not romance.
Right. A lot of people do though. They still want a happy ending. Like a lot of people won't watch zombie horror because they know in most cases zombie horror is going to end in a tragedy where everybody's going to die, or they're going to get stuck on an island and they're going to be screwed. So a lot of people don't like zombie horror because of that factor right there.
Horror.
Yeah, but I prefer that.
But here's the thing. I think horror is great. It's just that I am a scaredy cat.
Oh, of course, we know you are. We know you are. But I'm like, I love dramas though. Like, I'm really into K-dramas, C-dramas, and Japanese dramas. And Japanese like my second language, so Asian stuff I'm into. But I don't want those to end bad. Like when I watch those,
I'm a hypocrite.
And they go, that's why I'm a hypocrite. When I know what genre I'm going
bad because she just, because that boy, he's so pretty.
Yeah, but like if I'm going for a drama, it's a romance drama because I love romance. I'm a very romantic, funny thing too. But when I'm watching a romantic drama and they think they're going to end it poorly, I'm not going to finish watching it. I'm not here for that. I'm here for them to end up together.
But that's not really, you know what though, that you say that romance, you looking for the happily ever after.
Yeah, some people are, there are tragedies in some of the cases.
I don't write romance. So
But I do. I love romance, and I want it to be romantic, especially when I'm watching a story of a man and woman together. I want a romance and a drama. Now, if I'm going to be there for horror, I want death, carnage, and
don't
blood.
Understand. I put romance in my tales.
I do, but if it's not a romance, that's different.
Yeah, well, you have romance and you have love stories. So a love story can be very romantic and very lovely, but then somebody like, what's that one with Ali McGraw? That's a love. It's called Love Story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Love Story.
It's all romantic and wonderful, but they don't
means never having to say I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. It's 12 o'clock. We are at the 12 o'clock hour.
Okay.
Yes. So let's get into this because y'all know we're gonna get together. We be talking. So,
I know.
So I think we should do a 10.
Okay.
Take a quick 5 and then go right back into some longer ones.
That'll work.
That works.
All right, everybody.
All right,
so
here we go.
Meet you here at 10 after.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, that was time. I know that felt quick. And it was.
Just started the juices rolling.
Yeah, because I set my files up for the next ones. I went back, I did my mini edit,
Mm.
and I instead of actually doing an edit, I went in and highlighted the things I want to rewrite because there was some stuff I felt like it was a little too sloppy. But I don't want to do it now. I want to get this other stuff done. But I did have a question. I need a little bit of help from you all. I have a scene where my character is slowly rising from the chair with his hands up, and I don't want to say that he's slowly rising, but that's exactly what he's doing. So I need another way to say it. So if y'all can think of something, just throw it.
I usually use something like, if I don't want to use slowly, I usually say he inched up, and you can also use another word with that to another word that defines another word that defines slow. There are other words you could define slow, but you can use inch to go into that.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where he
whatever the word would be,
genuinely, the adverb works. He is actually slowly rising.
Yeah, I get that.
Want to say it,
but inched shows you that it's slow.
I love inch.
Yeah, because he could be inching up, like as well. With
he is inching because the other thing he had to do, he had to ease faster. Because he was going to shoot him in the chest. Because
he could also ease up from the chair because that also implies slowness.
Right, but because he was easing past her, I didn't want to use ease twice.
Yeah,
slid.
Yeah,
past her.
Yeah, you say slid past her and use ease, or do the either way.
He can inch past her, so you can.
Yeah, you're right. So that's what I'm like. So thank you, because I did not want to use slowly, and I am not a person. I'm not a adverb Nazi. They have their places. They exist in a language for a reason. I do not agree that you shouldn't use them
at all, ever.
In this case, I didn't want to use it.
Yeah, I do that when I'm writing. Like, I try not to start, like, even when the character's descripting, I try not to start my sentences with any INGs, because of course you can, but it's like you try to do it very lightly or not as much at all if you can avoid it. But I do.
I mean, if you have an adverb, there's usually a better way to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, what I mean by better, fiction wise, is usually a more.
You can say it a different way, but of course, my first draft, I don't.
It just is what it is.
I don't fight it as much when it's a first draft, but also writing in first person's perspective sometimes is a little harder to avoid it, even though you'll have to reword it, because of course this is when you're doing rewrites, of course.
Right.
But it's like first person perspective does limit some of the possibilities of avoiding the INGs and of course the self words like which I managed to avoid that one, but the INGs can ease in there sometimes, which I avoid, which of course you have to do reworking, which I don't like to pay as much attention to.
I don't worry about anything in my first.
Yeah, I try not to worry about it when I'm drafting.
I highlighted it, but I don't want to go. Well, I don't. Since I'm gonna take these suggestions because I love them, so I am gonna go fix this one. But I just highlight stuff I know I want to rework.
Yeah, because I already know I'm going to rework it, but I'm trying to break it up into chapters so I can go back and edit per chapter or whatever.
Yeah, that's hard to stop yourself sometimes when you know what it's supposed to be. So you got to fight past that when you're writing that first draft.
You really did.
Because I was just typing, I kept going back. Well, she's not doing. I said, just put it on paper.
You can
then go back to correct it.
If you don't have no words, you can't fix them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm fighting with myself.
And that's what we have to do. I'm fighting with myself.
I tell people when I teach my little workshops, when I do my workshops with people, especially with the kids, I'm like, you can't do your first draft wrong.
Sure.
Like literally, I don't care if you wrote and then she
did this and then she did that.
Because if you get it on paper, you have something to correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
If it's still in your head, you're not working with anything. Get it out of your head, because then you can go back and go. Now you have the story in the order. You're telling the story the way you want. Now go make it pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
But get it out of your head first. Do not beat yourself up. Do not listen to people when they tell you that you have to do this, you have to do that. Lolly, get your adverbs, okay? Don't let
not Schoolhouse Rock.
That's right.
Adverbs exist for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's Tamara Wilson. What is she saying?
Said hello, just popped over from Devin Cutting's playlist. I'm so excited to hear about your anthology. That sounds epic.
Oh, thank you, Tamara. We are excited.
Yeah, we are. A vampire assassin had to leave, but you saw the post.
Yeah, I saw.
So I hope everything turns out all right because
No.
it's about family of emergency. So see you in the next one, vampire assassin.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay.
I managed to get 350 words doing that sprint
in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, them fingers be flying.
Well, I've done some crazy numbers doing sprints. We had like 15-minute sprints, 20-minute sprints. I've done, I think the most I've done in a 15-minute sprint probably was like 700, 800 words. So I can knock them out if I'm like really, really into the
revved
scene.
Up. Yep.
Yeah, I can rev it up.
I can't do it like this, but if I was in chat,
it's over.
Like I would hang out with Cam Wolf.
Yeah.
And do sprints with him and knock him out. He was like, all right, Aphrodite, stop showing off. I'm like,
I know, right?
Not on camera.
Sometimes you get going and your brain is faster than your fingers.
Right,
so, man. Yeah.
I'm just not on camera. He said, are you dictating? I'm like, no, I'm writing a very juicy scene. So yeah, it's just coming.
It's just rolling out.
It's juicy scenes or dialogue.
Yeah.
I can knock those out. Describing, I have to think because I hate doing description. I just do. I hate describing what flowers look like. It look like a damn flower.
You know what my trick is though for that? Because I hated that too. I had a writing coach, and she said, this is what you can do that helps you. And it really helped me. Every scene I start, I just set the scene in 2 or 3 sentences. Oh, the afternoon sun showed, I'm just riffing here, showed warmly through the light lavender curtains that graced the windows. She had the Venetian blinds up to allow the warm breeze to blow over her. The dog jumped on the bed, his white hair going everywhere. And then I start what I really want to say. Because personally, I don't care if she's in a white room. What's important is what's happening, but you got to set that scene almost like a camera's coming down into the next scene, and then you see what's going on, and then they start doing whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, you try to do your description for the scene setting.
You do, yeah, you set the setting because I went, let's see, where is it at? A hair past sunrise, and it's pretty near 80 degrees in the shade. And I said, there you go. There you go.
You don't have to be overly descriptive, because that's a style. Because you don't have to be overly descriptive.
Well, because when I have romance, with romance in my genre, you got to really blow that glitter around so people know who they are.
I'm a poet, so I don't have too much issue with it because I'm a poet and I write kind of poetic comes out in my no matter what writing I'm doing. So it's not. But I've had somebody tell me before, like in Cagliostro, they were like, "Well, I felt like something showed up after the fact." I'm like, just so we're clear, in reality, when you go in a room, you don't recognize everything. You didn't recognize a door that was in the back on the side of the wall that was across from an armoire. You didn't see that when you first came to the bathroom. That's ridiculous. So no, I'm not going to write that. Oh, when I came in the room, the white walls and I saw the double sink and there was a couch to the back wall.
Into the corner.
Once the character walks into the room more, or later when they come back in the room and actually go all the way in, that's when they would see the door that was on the side.
While they're having conversation with the person that are looking around and then noticing stuff.
Right. You don't see everything always. No, that's not realistic.
I'll find it while we're doing the next sprint. Yeah. But I'll send you one because when I write my, steamier stuff, I do set it.
Yeah, you gotta set it.
But that's
what I say. Everybody always got something to say after you publish, but I got my Public Enemy quote. All the critics, you can hang them. I'll hold the rope. Thank you, Chuck D.
I need to go in a mug. That's gonna be a mug.
That needs to be a mug.
That's gonna be a mug.
A shirt.
All the critics you can hang them. I'll hold the rope.
Yep.
What is that from? Which I don't even know what song that's from. No, I think it's from Don't Believe the Hype. I think.
I think it might be.
But
it'd be fitting if it was.
I was watching She Devil, and She Devil was one of my favorite movies. And one of the scenes with I can't think of her name. It just totally escaped me. But she did it. She had wrote a book, and the book, she was writing all these romantic books, and
Oh,
they
Meryl
were
Streep.
Meryl Streep, and they were fantastic. But then she wrote this one book, and it flopped. And so she wrote a book after that, and that book was doing great. But she was on a talk show with Sally Jesse Raphael, and she was standing there. She had her glasses like this, like down on her nose.
Those
And
red, I
so
know those
when
red glasses.
she said when
Yeah.
when the critics were talking about her book, she did this. And it was so subtle, but when she did them, she said, "Yeah, and the critics had a lot to say." And I friggin'
That was hilarious.
I freaking died. It was brilliant. It was like, I'll get you. You think I care about what you said? I'm still a millionaire.
Facts.
All right.
It's 20 after.
All right. So is it 20 already?
Mhm.
Yes, 12:21.
All right. So let's go. I don't know. Let's go to quarter of.
All right.
Y'all good?
Mhm.
We can go to
Okay.
12:50 if you want to.
Okay, let's do that. I'd rather do that.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go to 10 of, everyone.
All right, here we go.
10 of. Meet you back here. Get the words in.
Go.
I just want to say something real quick. Devin is amazing.
Yes.
Yes, he is. He is.
That's time.
Okay. Whew.
Excuse me. Okay, that will be time.
In
In fact, I think we went over a minute. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I popped back and said it was time, but it's good.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, it did seem like it went fast.
Can y'all
Carla
hear me?
Hammer said it went
I
fast.
can't
I'm like,
hear
yeah,
me.
I feel like it
Yeah,
went
it did. Especially my dog. I
Speaker time
tackled a
is
snack
low.
bag, and that was it.
fast.
She
I'm
was
like,
right here.
I'm talking and I'm looking, and y'all mics are on, so why can't I hear?
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. The StreamYard curse.
Girl.
Yeah, right though.
All right, so let's check with the chat because it has been a few people.
The meat cute. Or the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Working on copy for my second marketing ad.
That run was really good. I did
I know
about
that's right, Carla.
I did 815 words.
815.
Yep.
Wait a minute, I have to check mine. I know I didn't do. If I did 100, I don't know.
You give me that amount of time, but it's because it's a
Uh,
sex scene, so
uh,
that usually eat up words, you know.
so what's the
No
typos
pun
today?
intended.
No pun intended.
That was me yesterday, darling. Everything I typed was a typo.
Right? You know, you get that happens. I'm
And
telling
how
you.
about typing the same word 3 times wrong?
Yeah.
It happens, I tell
Same
you.
word.
I'm like, how did I double put that word? What happened?
It did go fast. It's like that when you're getting into words though. Daisy got 800 as well.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Roy 760 words.
And started the
to
sex thing.
see.
Good job.
Leading up to them sex scenes, you can get some words.
Back.
You really can. Because right now, again, I ain't got a sex scene till tomorrow. No, not even tomorrow.
I love the way you schedule your stuff. I was like, oh, I had to sit down. I was like, I ain't even got it together. Aphrodite got it together. Look at me with the 20 index cards.
And that's
On Monday, I'm gonna write the introduction, and then I was like,
but if I don't do that, I won't get done.
I know, but you got that self-control. I do. I'm just like, I'm gonna write what I want to write. And then by the end of the week, I'm boom.
When you schedule it, it seems, in my opinion, it works good when you schedule
I don't
stuff.
have self-control.
She don't.
That's why I do this.
You have the control though to actually schedule. I won't even do that.
I have to schedule in order to get things done. I'm a scheduler anyway. I have to in order to get anything done. I schedule everything now. Everything I do, even in my fun stuff, I schedule it because then I won't make time to even ease my own mind. So I even schedule my relaxation stuff.
Well, I think that, and I hate to be talking like, the young people, when you get older, you really do have to schedule because you end up running around in a circle. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you got done.
I didn't schedule the things as much. And now when I get older, I have to. Especially when I was doing fun things, I didn't schedule it. I just did it.
Right. You just go.
Now I have to.
This is her time when she now that she older, she old enough to be my child.
How is that my fault?
Ain't old. I got children your age.
Think about that society do count even myself as old. I mean, I only got 2 years and I'll be 40. And society, I don't think that that's old, but society does kind of start counting you as old when you hit your late 30s. They're like, you're done. We don't even talk about you anymore. What you do in life doesn't matter. Oh, what's that? Your generational stuff? Let's just delete it. We don't have time for you.
But let me tell you something. Speaking of generational stuff, I was telling my husband the other day, everything that we did in the 80s, a little bit of the 70s, because I was born in 1969, is all coming back. These prairie dresses are coming back.
Well, fashion will always bring things back, especially with fashion and then styles. But I will say that I'm millennial, like early millennials, like the first generation of millennials. Because I'll be turning 38 this year. So I'm like the first generation of millennials, because unfortunately the baby boomers and the Gen Xers had the they kind of was mating, but the baby boomers had 2 generations, and then they gave birth to like part of the millennials or whatever. And
Right.
Generation X is very small. My mom kind of almost hit Generation X, but she's a boomer. So my older brother is a Gen Xer. He made that line of a Gen Xer,
Just
but
barely.
like right at the millennial because he's born in 78. So he
Oh,
kind of
okay.
hit the Gen Xer line
Girl, I
because
was
of that.
graduating.
And I was like early millennial. My little brother, however, is a later millennial. So his mindset sometimes runs into that Gen Z, and I cannot get them at all. So I kind of mesh more with the Gen Xers, with the early millennial setting. So it's kind of like a lot of the stuff that I grew up in the metal time, like the rock and metal and Japanese culture coming in America. So I grew up in that era where it's like anime and metal and rock and stuff. And that's what my whole genre setting is. I'm a goth kid with like metal, rock, and stuff. It didn't matter what race you were. That doesn't ever matter in that, although people seem to think it did. But it didn't. It's just generational stuff. So I kind of fell into that setting being an early millennial. Then it kind of fell off now.
I was born in the early 60s.
Yeah, my mom was early 60s. She was 61.
Early 60s.
My mom's older than you by a couple years. I am a senior
citizen.
So it's like that's kind of what happened.
Because I still tell people when I turned 27. When I turned 27, that's when I had my first baby. When I had 27, I decided that I was never going to be older than 27.
Yeah, I know you told me that. And you're still 27. It's crazy.
My children are now older than me.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow. That's an accomplishment.
She's figured out the secret to eternal life.
How old were you when Star Wars came out, Aphrodite?
I don't know. What year was that?
77.
Oh, I was grown. Let me see. I hate mathing. I was at least like 12 or 13, something like that. Because I was a big girl. And I didn't go to Star Wars. My brother went. Let me see. I graduated. My actual graduating year is 82 from being done. But my first graduation was 78. So yeah, I would have been like 13, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So my so my kids, they get me my happy 27th birthday cake every year because they know
she's 27. That's it.
They all like I might be like a 60-year-old woman, but I'm like I'm 27 and
she's permanently 27.
You got to do what you feel,
which is fine. Feel it, do it. Like I don't know. I feel it. I don't feel much different than I did when I hit 30. Then I figured out life. That's what I think. Because you don't figure it out. Everybody can say what they want, but I tell younger people that were younger than me, I told them, I said, when you hit 30, if you, excuse my French for a minute, if you were an asshole, when you hit 30, you're going to continue to be an asshole. Your brain has now developed to adulthood because you didn't reach it till you're 30. Get yourself right. Like, fix yourself. You know your issues. Fix them things by the time you hit 30, because guess what? You're going to be caught in who you are, because you're going to have your mindset that I'm good the way I am. And this is the way it goes. So figure yourself out. You got some time. But it's hard to do. But you know, the older people, we try to warn them. You know, we try to tell them because we already been through it. But I'm like, if you got asshole tendencies, I'm telling you now, get them things straight before you get past 30, because you're going to be like, this is okay that I'm an asshole.
It's like you locked in.
You would think it's okay. So you going to be that. So that's fine. That's what you're going to do. But admit that this is what you're doing.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. Did the Darling writer just say that they did 825 words?
Yeah.
Yes.
Managed. Need to finish that thought.
I definitely feel like a slacker.
I better calm down.
Your bio mom is older than me.
29 by a couple years. Sorry. I don't even know.
Y'all know again, Rory is my son.
You know, opposite what my mom said. My mom said she always wanted to be 60. She finally hit her 60. She finally hit her 60.
It wasn't because I didn't have a problem. I don't have a problem being this old lady.
No, of course not.
It had to do with when I turned 27.
Yeah.
All these great things happen for me.
Yeah, 20. If it's happening good, that age you wouldn't want to hold.
I mean, I never thought I would have a baby, and I had a baby.
I know. Well, I waited until I was 32.
And I was like, wow.
I was like, time to have a baby. I'm going to have a baby.
Is this real? Do I really have my own baby that I grew and pushed out?
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. And then he turned out to be this awesome kid.
Yep.
Like he really is awesome. Like I have kids before him and kids after him that I raised, but I didn't birth.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And so he was like magic to me. Like I could not believe I did that thing.
Yeah, once we do the thing, it's still like we did
And take into consideration, I was never not like, I mean, I talk a lot of shit, but not like I was out there in the world, you know, being promiscuous. I wasn't, but I wasn't careful either. So the fact that I made it to 27 and didn't get a baby, by the time I was 25, I just thought I probably couldn't have kids.
Right.
Because
it wasn't, your body was like, I'm gonna be ready when I'm ready.
So
right. Yep.
But
I was avoiding having a baby though in my 20s. So I was a good girl.
I'm still pretty sure that I'm just not a baby maker. Because even after Jeremy, I still never got pregnant again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not a baby maker.
I mean, like I wasn't gonna find that out. I burnt my tubes on the table.
Oh no, honey.
I knew I would get cute. I was like, no, you gonna get cute and be like, she need a little plate, and no, don't even think about it.
If I would have had my way, I had like 13, 14 kids.
When I was a teenager, I said that I was like, I'll have all kinds of amounts of kids, but that runs in my family, so I made sure I avoided that because my great grandfather had 23 children
anyway. So
my mom was a pregnant machine. She could have had lots of kids. She got pregnant with twins after my little brother, because twins runs in my family. My cousins are twin girls, and my dad's family always with the twins. So she could have got pregnant with twins before that, but she got pregnant with twins, but she couldn't have the twins because it had the polyps.
I'll be right back.
So, the doggy, he called.
I have a question. Is Tamara streamed today?
I don't know.
Yesterday?
I don't know what day she streams.
Because I always get it mixed up. I don't want to step on her stream.
Yeah, we're both done though, because it's one. So we finished really.
Anyway. I wanted to do one more sprint, but we can do it on Tamara's. Let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
Because her stuff is regular. Like this is something that we're doing temporarily.
Yeah, I know her. She has a regular schedule. Listen, right. I haven't been in the streaming scene for a minute, so I don't know her schedule because I don't
know anybody. Devin is the one who keeps up with everything.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, you got everybody's schedule. I don't know because I haven't been writing on streams in a long time, so I don't know anyone's schedule right now.
Let me just check, because if she isn't streaming right now, we can do one more.
Okay. And you have to get some rest before.
No, she's not. She's not streaming right now. So let's do one more.
I'm ready.
Maury said Tamara streams Thursdays. I think.
Thursday. Yeah, she only streams once a week.
One of our days. I knew it was one of our days.
Yeah, Thursday. All right,
so Thursday you guys, I can do one more.
Yeah, you want to do a 15 or
what time is it?
It's 1:04. 04. I'm sorry.
4. No, don't go by me.
I'll go by you. My computer's trying to be funny and got 1 minute off.
Let's go down to 20.
Okay.
20.
120. Okay. That way we can do exits.
All right.
Okay. That works. Let's do it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Right. Thank you. Because I just couldn't remember.
I thought you were saying she streamed more than once. I knew it was Thursday, but I thought she did more than once.
I didn't. I just couldn't remember which day. I know it was one that we bump up against.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, go ahead, everybody. Right. While you're listening to me, go right. For real though, I be on the struggle bus. You hear me? I can never find this microphone button.
Microphone button said yes would.
I'm like, and it don't move. It's like, why can't I remember that it's sitting there? Okay, so that is definitely time.
Hi, Devin.
Devin came back.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, hey, Devin. We were just talking about you.
Yeah.
Whew.
How you doing?
So, what'd you do?
I only did about 300 this time because I had to take a lot of notes because I was missing some stuff.
Let me see. I'm gonna see what I did actually.
Let me look.
I'm determined to spell obliged with an A every time I type it. I got 379,
Let's see. What did I do this time?
and I'm still not finished that scene though.
I did about 275.
Chipping
Closing
away at
out
it.
the scene. Now I gotta start the next one.
I know for a fact that this scene is longer than it will be when I actually go back and do it, because yeah, there's a whole bunch of conversation happening that don't need to happen. But
it's fun to write.
I don't limit myself while I'm writing my first stuff. But I already know, because I'm like, why are they still talking? He don't want you. Go away, little girl. So, but yeah, so that's 379. Wait a minute, I gotta find my way back to y'all now. Oh, here I am. I tell you, I don't get better at this. I just don't. I wanted to read something to y'all real quick though. Hold on, because I just want to show you my. Did I close it? I closed it. Hold on. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all did while I go find it.
Well, I let the dog in and out. I guess she must be on outdoor sprints. I had to let her out at the beginning of it, and it was 1:19, and here she. I'm like, oh, now she's in the bed. She got enough sun for the day.
She's a mess.
She is. She really. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Don't tell me like animals with their personalities.
They really.
It's just priceless. Like if I could have a camera on my bird every minute, y'all would die at how ridiculous he was. Absolutely, he was ridiculous.
You should put him on TikTok.
He passed away.
Oh, sorry.
In December. Sorry. No, but I'm gonna get a new bird. I'm ready, so I'm gonna do one.
He was something else.
He was a
Aphrodite's. All her pets she gets is just like she's drawn to the one.
Drawn to the crazy ones. They crazier than the children. He was an absolute mess. He hated when I would type, because if I was typing, I wasn't giving him his crap.
His full attention, right?
And he did not appreciate that. And he would dance on my keyboard so he could block me from typing.
That's funny.
I'm like, little boy, don't fly over there to the other side of this room. Sit on my head, hit on my shoulder. Come on, what are you doing? Like, he was a mess. He was so funny. He was so funny. I miss him so much. Bad, he just bad. I don't know what it is with me and the bad critters.
They drawn to you. They like.
I need to send my dog over there then.
They just so bad, and we won't even get into the life with Pee Wee Lee.
Yeah, your dog. He was a mess.
No, he was just special. I gotta read this because this is the closest I've ever come to describing a room. To describing a room, and it's literally it's chapter 1, the first thing in chapter 1, and it's on my Kindle Vella, so it's not like this is a secret. All right, so and I read terribly, so just bear with me. All right, the first thing Eden noticed was that the room was round. Not that she was in an unfamiliar setting, not that she was practically naked outside of an elaborate henna body tattoo some sheer pieces of strategically placed organza that hid nothing, and a half dozen bangles, but the room was completely round. But that the room was completely round. If there was an exit, it was not in sight. The ceiling was covered with shimmery garnet and gold colored fabrics that loosely draped down the walls and collected onto the floor. From golden chains hung magnificent lanterns throughout the entire space, some close enough to touch, others too high to reach, all with its own jewel-toned panes, and tiny flickering flames danced within each as if in a trance. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and such dangled like teardrops from their ornate edges. They were the only light in the mysterious setting, yet they were enough to illuminate the entire room, casting stain-colored shadows throughout. A huge Persian rug that mimicked the colors from above covered the floor, and in the center of this rug was a plush, round, tufted, orange velvet bed that that took up most of the space.
Sounds nice. I can envision it every time I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need, because your description is good when the person can envision it and put it together.
And I was like,
when you feel the need. Now it should be. You don't have to do that with every room, and like you said, is because there was a point to
the
layout.
Because
what it looked like
was
to set
inside
the
of a genie bottle,
right?
And she didn't know that yet.
Yeah, just from the inside, you wouldn't know.
So she's like,
but it sounds like one, right? Though.
So I was like, I was
can't do it just like you figure you do it when you feel it's needed.
No, when it needs to be done. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, just like, oh, it's hot and the room thing. And
if I said that there's a pool at a university, like if I said there was like a college and there was a pool, I don't really need to give you a description of what that looks like, because your head is automatically going to think of something because of the basics of that room. It's going to be the same in most places. Now, if it's your personal house,
unless the pool is shaped like
specific
a penis, like
there's no need to mention it. There's no need to mention it. You might it's rectangular, because we know most pools are rectangle, right?
Especially if it's a university pool, you always think of something with the stripes on the bottom because people are swimming in it and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you can envision. So I don't.
And it would not be in the shape of a penis.
And if it was,
that's then you would mention that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to describe no pool to you. I'm just not.
Mm-mm.
And if it's like, because one of the things that someone said about Shattered, they were saying that I didn't describe the classrooms. And I'm like, I told you they was in school. Whatever classroom you see is all right with me.
Yeah, because that's not important.
I am not.
It's not about the classroom.
I am not describing that she walked into
the room had 4
English
corners
class and
with
then
a door that opened.
Yeah, that wasn't happening. I was never going to. And then one other thing that I got, which is funny because my script is different. My movie script is different than the book, obviously. Someone actually said in my beta run that they were disappointed because I didn't put the plays in the book. Like when they were doing their plays and doing their dance performances and when they were singing, I'm like, in the book, you know that they are performing.
I want to read through
but
that.
If you think that I'm going to write out the performance,
no.
Or I'm going to go and put, like, first of all, I can't put music in the book anyway because I'm not getting copyright strikes.
Right.
It. And I'm like, so when he's singing, you were mad because I didn't put the song? And then I didn't make it like he's on stage and he did the performance. That's all I can give you. I'm not going to do. I can write choreography out, but I'm not going to do that.
Geography is not
to the left.
Like
not a story of his performance.
I could do all that, but why would I do that? And like I couldn't believe that was a complaint.
Well, you always gonna get some kind of complaint that's off the wall anyway.
But I know the next complaint I'm going to get is the people going when they see the script. They go, that wasn't in the book. You never put the dance routine in the book.
Why would I? That makes sense that would be added.
You
it's
know
visual.
that people are going to do it. And I'm like, it's a school of performing arts. And if you're watching it, you're going to watch them perform.
This is true.
But you're not going to
It's
read performances. You're just going to know that they're
visual.
doing
It makes sense for it to be in the movie.
I could not get over that. I'm glad it was only
People, they
one
always
person.
got something to say. Like
It is always something. You
It's
got to
always-
just.
I told you when I did my beta run that I had that one person actually say something so goofy to me, like, because I said that two of the chairs in Kaliasha, one in the room was upright. There were two upright chairs. The chair was upright.
Excuse me.
This person literally said to me, all chairs are upright, so maybe give it a different description. I'm like, no, all chairs are not upright. That's a type of chair. Maybe you should do a little studying before you tell me that I'm wrong. Like, don't look like a fool because no, all chairs are not all upright. That's a type of chair, lady. I'm like, if you're gonna waste your time giving me like you trying to, I didn't ask for that type of critique. First off, I told them what I wanted because I don't need you to do that job for me because I'm going to pay people to do that. I need you to tell me if the story's coherent, if there's any plot holes, if you liked it, if blah blah blah, feeling stuff. I don't need you to tear it apart.
Be technical,
try to, but if you're going to do that, at least be correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one person tell me that one of my spellings was incorrect.
I'm sorry,
and I didn't argue with them about the spelling being incorrect because it's one of those words that you can spell two different ways and still be right. So it's a matter of choosing the one you're going to deal with and then being consistent. But I was like, don't tell me I'm wrong. I already researched this. You know, say that you think that I am, and because you have this, I can appreciate that because I could have been wrong. So, but I hate when people are like, oh no, people don't do that on Mars. Like, and you know this why?
Because they saw that movie with Matt Damon.
Well, you know what? I can't help you with that. That was his experience. These particular Martians, they come from a different culture. So they do this on Tuesdays. But my now one thing that I did like with my editor is because he catches all my crazy words, the words I use too much and my overuses, and he doesn't change them. He just makes sure he points them out.
Right.
Like, and so I have this thing. I have two that I do that are horrible: the smiling and the nodding. And so he was right. He smiles big. She smiles big. He smiled. They smile. We smile. And he wrote this whole list: smile, 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 smile. I was like, okay,
you got me.
You got me. Because I do. And I mean, I don't think I have a page where I didn't have the word nod on it. He nodded, she nodded, they nodded, the nod. But because of Word, and I love using Word to draft, you can just go in and say, find word nod.
Yep.
And then it'll be like 8 billion nods. And then one by one, I go in. Do I need to change that one? Nope, that one was good. Do I need to take? Oh, I can say something else, or I can delete it. Right. And I go through that way. So I have a list of all my sticky words, and especially just. Now I don't overuse just, but just is just something I don't want to use in any of my description. When the people are talking, they can say it.
Right.
But when anywhere else, I kill it. And I've never seen a sentence that needed it. Yeah. I've never seen a sentence that needed it unless it was dialogue.
Yeah.
Like he just came into the room. Right.
And just be done with it.
Yeah.
Right. And so,
sometimes you don't remember that correct when you drafting them.
But so that's why I always look up just, because I don't like using just. It's just one of those words I don't like to use. And I realized that it's one of the words that also slows you down, unless someone is talking. When somebody's talking, anything goes.
Right. You just had to do that, didn't you?
Anything goes. But other than that, I try to be a little. I absolutely kill just no matter what. What's my other one? So it's nod and smile. I can't think right now. I have the list to the left. Whenever I finish and go through, I do it then.
Look for them.
And I kill my words. I kill them. And so I still, by the way, didn't finish this scene. Let me see where I got to. Am I close to finishing it? No. So I probably got like another paragraph. So it's close, but it's
No cigar.
it's way longer than I thought it was going to be. And so I need to. It's the character. I'm telling you, this character just talks a lot.
And just keeps going.
He just keep going. So he got to fuck with everybody. Like he really, he talks too much. So I got to rein him in. But I should be finished tonight when we come back. The 2 that follow it,
Yeah.
I'll be done.
I should be finishing up chapter 3.
This whole section
tonight, and then moving into chapter 4. I only have one more scene to do. But that scene is somewhat long because of introductions. So,
well, this one turned out to be longer than I thought it was going to be, but I am cutting it. But as far as the next one is an introduction of a new character, so that one will be a little long, but I can still get it done tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll see what I get done tonight. Are you writing with us tonight, Dahlia? Or?
I believe so. I don't know what these kids are doing. I share an office with my youngest.
Yeah.
So either I'll be on, if I'm not on cam, I'll be in the chat because I do have to, I'm up to 3K. So now I got a little engine going. So I got to keep the momentum going. Because if I don't do these sprints and I feel like I'm obligated to do some work, I won't do it. Like I said yesterday, I've been out of practice for so long that urge has to be stoked, and it's not. It's kind of slow.
Yeah, yep.
But now the fire is lit.
I hope so. We got that kindling. The magazine papers are lit now. Maybe we'll get the kindling on fire next.
Right. It'll catch. So my thing is, we're doing tonight, and then we don't come back again until Thursday because Wednesday I have production meetings.
Okay.
Even though they're in the evening, they tire me out.
Yeah.
So I gotta rest up for them and then rest up after them.
I usually write when I'm not with you guys, but I do hour sprints, but I'm solo, so I do like my hour sprint. I'll tell myself, okay, you're not gonna do anything but this. Your phone is off, everything.
Right.
So then I sprint for an hour. Then I take like a 30-minute break, and then I sprint for another hour.
Okay.
And I did that. I did write a bit. Yeah. I usually write late at night because I have to, because I have my daughter. Like after I get off of here, I gotta go take her out so she can run around and stuff in the field, not too far from the house. So, and then be back here.
Yo, you talking about your daughter or the dog?
Yeah. Hey, that's how kids
she can run around in the field. But let me tell you something.
She be excited about that crap.
I just open up the back van and go run around in the field, please.
Right. I just let her run around. Of course, I'm overly. It was a big field, it's like a soccer field, and I let her run so she can. I don't like where there's roads and it's going to be like she's not getting Pet Cemetery scene. That's not going to happen.
No.
So I always I'm very protective, so we'll be out there with her and she'll be running around and stuff like that. So I get a little exercise too. I'll be chasing her.
Tire herself out.
Then bring her back. She's supposed to. We're on a half a day for school today. She's homeschooled, so I let her go do that and play for like an hour, and then we come back, and then probably half school, and then I come back this evening to write again. So
I told my grandson I'm gonna build him a playground in their backyard.
Yeah,
so I have to do it now because
you gotta have the space, man. I don't have the space to let her run like she likes to run.
They got enough space because I done told them, and they dissed me already. By the way, they dissed me. I said, "Why can't I just put my tiny house up on y'all property?"
Yeah,
and they bust out laughing.
Wow, tiny homes are in, man. Especially
they bust out laughing. They was like, "That's not happening."
Maryland is kind of like not allowing
RV and drive it up in there.
They gave me a better option though, so I ain't mad no more because I was like,
"Why
are you telling me I can't my tiny house?" I was so mad with them, but I got to build the child playground, and I was like, every month when you get like KDP contacts you to let you know like, oh, your money is coming this day. And every month when I get that notification, I'm like, playground money. I'm going to hook them up. But I'm not kidding. It's got to be something I can play on to.
Yeah, you got to keep it a good size because then you can grow still and be able to use it. You know what I mean? All right, I guess we closing now. It's about 1:40.
Yeah. So everybody, where am I? Did I get everybody?
I think so.
Yes.
Just realized I need to stop using just
Yeah, just isn't necessary.
It's not necessary.
In your text, it will slow it down.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be there.
Dialogue, yes, because people talk the way they talk.
Yeah, I go through like there's a lot of glue words. I use glue words a lot, so I have to when I do my
We
draft go
all
back
do.
through and try
Everybody
to
does.
I try to kill some of my glue words. I can overdo it because I can run my mouth for days, you know.
I never noticed that, really.
Yeah. Really. I just stop myself. Like stop it.
All right, everybody. I have to eat because I didn't do breakfast.
I didn't either.
So
I'm being bad
and
today.
I'm drinking my tea. I love this tea, by the way. I bought it by mistake because I love black tea, but I didn't realize it was unsweetened.
Yeah.
And you know when you think something's going to be sweet,
yeah.
So you take that drink and you're like, dear God in heaven, what just happened? And then I thought something was wrong with my taste buds. I thought I had COVID. I was like, why is this happening? Then I finally read the bottle and said, oh. But I like it now.
Yeah.
Well, like, that's good then. So you don't have all that sugar.
It's so good. Like it's really good. So I started buying it more often on purpose.
I told you yesterday I'm in the water club.
And now my kids
That's actually
like
an all-righter channel.
Like I'm telling you, let me show it to you. My kids even like it.
Yeah, I seen that one. That brand is pretty good.
It's really good.
I've had tea in about a year though. So.
But I just wanted to share that because if you like tea and if
it's best to drink that than your favorite, which is Pepsi.
Yeah, that sugar kill you.
See, I ain't got no Pepsi.
I know you want Pepsi. Your birthday coming, I might send you a present.
My crutch is Sprite. I'll mix Sprite and cranberry, ocean spray cranberry juice cocktail.
That's good. That's some good stuff.
That sounds good. Why are you giving me something else from there?
I mean, you sit out on in the sun.
It's a drink that I had made for my convention. That only the virgin. I think it's the virgin version.
Put a little Zinfandel in the bottom, a pink Zinfandel before you pour it.
Stop.
I was going to say there's a drink that I had made for my convention. It's purple, but you take cranberry juice and I forget the name of it's a syrup. It's a blue syrup that you can get on Amazon, and it's usually for liquor. But it's just a syrup. And you just put some of that in it. It turns it purple because of the cranberry, and it's really sweet. But it has an orange citrus flavor to the blue drink.
Oh, you're talking about the virgin one?
Yeah, the virgin version. But if you want the liquor version,
the alcoholic
you
version
put vodka. You put vodka with that to make the drink. It's called Curves Rock.
The glass was this big.
No, I'm sorry, seven shimmies to the wall. The name of the drink for that.
The glass was this big, and I said, "Oh, it looked harmless."
Yeah, no, that vodka will kick you. So it's good though.
Stay extra at the counter at the convention because
that's the other drink. That's our first drink, the one you talking about that kicked your butt. Now I don't know if you tasted the new one because that's 7 shimmies to the wall. The first one you had at the hotel was the Curves Rock, Dangerous Curves, because it was our belly dance convention.
We did a belly dance convention.
Yeah, I had one going for
and I'm the clerical person, so I did all like the paperwork and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but that drink.
Yeah, everybody loved that drink. We always hit the vodka drink apparently. Now I've never had liquor and I've never tasted, but I made sure that everybody had the liquor version and a virgin one. I only ever got to take the virgin versions.
Right.
But they were good to me. That version had just a lemon twist and something else.
And whoever did them, they put all this fruit in the bottom of them.
Yeah, it was good.
And so me and my infinite wisdom also ate the fruit. So I was leaning on the way.
Oh, you were. Everybody's a little tipsy.
My hotel room. I was leaning.
They were having fun. They were. So yeah, we had a few drinks. We had 2 official drinks. So I'll share the recipes so everybody can make it at home. They're easy to make at home though.
Some of the dancers, they got so tipsy that they started a party in the lower level of the hotel.
Yeah.
And they put on gear and everything. They was
dancing drunk. They really were 7 shimmies to the wall.
I couldn't make it on the escalator to go down to go hang out with them, but they was having a good old time. We was hearing all the tambourines, and I was like, and the drums came out. Because the drummers came out.
Us belly dancers, we could have some good times. So like,
I was hard to party anywhere. I said, I'm gonna shimmy my fat ass right to this hotel room and lie down.
I was like, I'm going to bed. Y'all keep having fun, bye. I'm tired. Being a director is tiring. All right, ladies. I guess that's it for us.
We definitely stayed longer than.
Do you want to do your outros or
please?
Relevant? All right. I'm Dahlia DeWinters. Romance, Zane Hill, horror. Find me on Amazon and sometimes like on Walmart.com for some reason. So there you go.
Hey, that's what's up.
I think Amazon feeds everything through to all these different outlets.
Oh, I want to see. Oh, I'm gonna look you up on Walmart.
You're probably on Walmart too. If you're on Amazon, I bet it feeds through the Walmart.
It can feed through there. It can.
Oh, I got to look into that. I did not know.
Yeah.
You know how I know that? Because I make blank journals. I make blank notebooks.
Me too.
So I was looking at my book report, and one of the journals came up. Usually it's $1.90 because that's the royalty I set, and one was 51 cents. So I'm like, wait a minute, Amazon. So they told me that because it's through that third party, which is on Walmart, that's how you get the. I mean, you're still selling, but you get less royalty if they buy it through Walmart.com.
Send me your link because I got to see that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then tonight, if you can, bring your links, and we're gonna throw them in so everybody can get the links and all stuff.
Yeah. It's golf composition books is what I do. So
what?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, so please send me the
I'll
link.
send you the link through Messenger so you can look ahead of time.
Yeah, I can.
I've been working on this for years, even before the pandemic.
I only just started doing the journals, and I'm trying to do specifically writerly ones.
Yeah.
And
I just slapped a cover on a composition book, a blank journal, and quote.
Yeah, I was going to start some, but I was going to do something for my smart ass line.
And it's just, I don't have one handy. Some salesperson I am, right? But
don't worry about it. When tonight, bring them. I'll bring mine. Danny can bring her books. We will bring.
I just slap a cover on it and go.
But tonight we're not gonna talk as much. We're gonna hang her down and get some words out.
Well, I think you still did pretty good. But anyway, I am author D. Artillery, the Mission of the Poor, and as you see my name on the screen, Lavinia Hart. That is my pen for my erotic tales. So you don't get it misconstrued. You might want to try to read some horror and be like, "Oh no, what's happening over here?
Where is the sex? Someone's getting stabbed."
It's like you don't get them twisted. You can catch me over on my channel, Author D. Artillery, where I talk about all the things horror as the mistress, and also my book tours, my journey through writing, and a whole little bit of things in between. And you can catch my book, The Room Within. Fracticals will be coming soon, solo as well, over on Amazon, and hopefully,
probably
let's keep praying. Apparently, Cagliostro Tale of Libertin will be out later this year because it's well on its way, and I have a few surprises about that coming up soon. So I'll see you tonight.
Well, and I'm Aphrodite Lee. I put my character's name up there, Genesis Jones, so I can be motivated to stay inside her head. I don't have new content for this channel, but I have a great backlog, so you can go look through and see all of my writerly goodies and all the other madness that's going on. And that's about it. I'm in the middle of getting this anthology done, and in the beginning of doing another project, and I have a film that's coming out too. So I got a lot of irons in the fire. Y'all pray for my strength.
Well, that's how you stay 27.
This is true.
Keep them busy.
Busy keeps you 27.
and so I'm real happy about that. Like, I may not sound like it because I'm all congested, but I'm very happy about that. This anthology, though, has really lit fires under me. I'm so inspired by everybody else. So
I'm happy to be a part of it.
I'm so happy you are a part of it. This
is my first new story in years. So
excited.
Actually, it's my first new one too, because technically the ones that I've been working on are old. They were just in the cash, I hadn't
and you had to push them out.
This is absolutely, I'm writing it with y'all are seeing it happen.
Right. Same here.
Yeah, y'all are seeing it happen. It did not exist anywhere before.
That's right.
All right, everybody. See you tonight at 7 p.m. EST. If you can make it, come. If you can't, watch the rewrite. I mean, the replay. Mm-hmm. I thought I said that right.
Either way.
Bye-bye.
Bye.